Gentlemen, I want you to think about something for a moment. If you've noticed that your mornings don't feel as dependable as they did years ago, you're certainly not the only one, and it's not something you should simply accept as a normal part of aging. There may be a reason behind those changes that many men never hear about. The good news is that one small habit you already have every single morning could become a simple way to support better circulation, stronger energy, and healthier intimate function. Most of you probably begin your day with a cup of coffee. It's a routine you've followed for years without giving it much thought. But imagine if that same cup could do much more than help you wake up. Imagine turning it into a drink that supports your body's natural systems using ingredients that are inexpensive, easy to find, and backed by biological principles instead of marketing promises. That's exactly what we're going to discuss today. My name is Dr. Nora Hayes, and I've spent the past 7 years working as a urologist, helping men over the age of 50 improve their confidence, regain their vitality, and better understand what is really happening inside their bodies as they grow older. Throughout those years, I've spoken with thousands of patients who believed they had permanently lost an important part of themselves. Many assumed that slowing down was unavoidable. Others thought medication was their only remaining option. Yet in many situations, the answer wasn't nearly as complicated as they expected. Before we continue, I'd appreciate one quick favor. If you enjoy practical health advice explained in a straightforward way, take a second to press the like button, leave a comment telling me where you're watching from, and subscribe with notifications turned on. That helps you stay updated whenever I share new information designed specifically for men who want to protect their health naturally and make smarter everyday choices. Now let's discuss something that deserves much more attention than it usually receives. Many men automatically blame testosterone whenever they experience changes in morning performance after the age of 50. While hormone levels certainly play an important role, they are often only one piece of a much larger picture. In my practice, I've found that one of the biggest factors affecting male performance is something far less discussed, and that's healthy blood circulation. Think of your blood vessels as the highway system that delivers oxygen and nutrients throughout your entire body. When you're younger, those highways are flexible, open, and efficient. As the years pass, however, they gradually become less elastic. At the same time, your body naturally produces lower amounts of nitric oxide, a remarkable molecule responsible for helping blood vessels relax and widen whenever more blood flow is needed. As this process slows, even the smallest arteries begin to narrow little by little. This matters because some of the smallest blood vessels anywhere in your body are responsible for supplying blood to the penis. They're incredibly delicate, even thinner than many people realize. Long before larger arteries begin causing noticeable problems elsewhere, these tiny vessels often show the earliest signs that circulation isn't as efficient as it once was. That's one reason changes in intimate performance can sometimes become an early signal that your cardiovascular system deserves more attention. Many men rely on another cup of coffee whenever they feel tired or sluggish. The caffeine certainly creates a temporary boost in alertness, and for a short period it can make you feel more awake. But that burst of energy doesn't actually repair what's happening underneath the surface. It's a temporary response rather than a long-term solution. You may feel better for an hour or two, but the underlying issue affecting circulation remains unchanged. I often compare it to covering a warning light on your dashboard instead of opening the hood to see what's really happening. Ignoring the root cause may make the problem easier to overlook, but it doesn't help your body perform any better. What your system truly needs is consistent nutritional support that encourages healthy circulation, stable energy production, and proper hormonal balance every single day instead of occasional quick fixes. Over the last 7 years, I've treated men from nearly every profession you can imagine. Engineers who spent decades solving complex problems, teachers who dedicated their lives to helping students succeed, veterans who served their country with strength and discipline, business owners, mechanics, retired athletes, and countless hardworking fathers all walked into my office believing their best years had already passed them by. What surprised many of them was discovering that meaningful improvement didn't always begin with another prescription. In fact, some of the most valuable changes started inside their own kitchens. Everyday foods, when used consistently and combined with healthy morning habits, often became an important part of supporting better vascular health, more balanced energy, and renewed confidence. These weren't miracle cures. They were practical choices that worked alongside the body's natural biology. That's exactly why coffee becomes such an interesting place to begin. Millions of people already drink it every morning without fail. Yet when it's loaded with sugar or consumed completely plain, we're missing an opportunity. With a few carefully selected ingredients, that daily cup can become much more than a source of caffeine. It can become part of a routine that supports healthier blood vessels, improved metabolic function, and better hormonal wellness over time. The timing matters as well. Your body is preparing for the day during those first morning hours. Giving it nutrients that work together with its natural rhythms may help maximize the benefits far more effectively than taking random supplements at different times without a plan. That's why I recommend building these habits into a routine you can realistically maintain for months and years, rather than chasing overnight results. So now I'd like to walk you through 5 simple additions that can completely change the role your morning coffee plays in supporting your health. We'll discuss why each ingredient works from a biological perspective, how it may influence the way you feel emotionally, and exactly how you can use it in a practical way without making your mornings complicated. Once you understand what's happening inside your body, these recommendations will make much more sense, and you'll be able to decide which ones fit naturally into your own daily routine. Let's begin with the first ingredient, and it's probably already sitting somewhere in your kitchen. Cinnamon may seem like nothing more than a spice that adds flavor to desserts or warm drinks, but when used correctly, it can become one of the simplest additions to support healthier circulation and steadier energy. The important detail, however, is choosing the right type. Not every variety offers the same long-term safety. For daily use, I recommend Ceylon cinnamon because it contains much lower levels of coumarin, a natural compound that can become a concern when consumed in large amounts over time. Making that small choice allows you to enjoy the benefits while reducing unnecessary risk. From a biological standpoint, cinnamon helps improve the way your body manages blood sugar. This may not sound directly connected to male performance at first, but the relationship is much stronger than many people realize. When blood sugar rises sharply and repeatedly, it gradually damages the lining of blood vessels throughout the body. Unfortunately, the smallest arteries are usually affected first. Those delicate vessels responsible for supplying blood where it's needed most are extremely sensitive, and over the years, poor glucose control can reduce their ability to function efficiently. Cinnamon contains powerful plant compounds called polyphenols that help support healthier blood sugar balance, reducing dramatic spikes and crashes, while also protecting those tiny vessels that healthy circulation depends on. There's another benefit many men notice as this process improves. Stable blood sugar often means more consistent energy throughout the day. Instead of feeling energetic for a short period before crashing in the afternoon, your body begins producing a steadier supply of fuel. That stability affects more than physical performance. It also influences confidence. When your circulation is functioning more efficiently and your energy remains consistent, you stop spending so much time worrying about whether your body will cooperate later in the day. Your attention shifts away from uncertainty because your body feels more dependable. Adding cinnamon couldn't be much easier. Start with about 1/4 of a teaspoon mixed into your morning coffee. There's no need to overdo it. Consistency is far more important than quantity. Many of my patients who adopted this habit reported smoother energy levels within just a few weeks. One gentleman in particular, a 58-year-old contractor who spent long days working outdoors, explained that he no longer felt completely drained after lunch. Instead of searching for a place to sit down and recover halfway through the afternoon, he noticed he could stay productive until the end of his workday without feeling exhausted. While everyone's experience is different, that's exactly the type of gradual improvement we hope to encourage through sustainable daily habits. Now let's move to the second ingredient, and this one surprises almost everyone the first time they hear about it. I'm talking about real, unsweetened cocoa powder. Not sugary hot chocolate mixes, not flavored drink packets loaded with sweeteners. Pure dark cocoa. This simple ingredient contains naturally occurring compounds known as flavonoids, especially one called epicatechin, which has been widely studied for its positive effects on blood vessel function. Here's why that matters. Your blood vessels rely on nitric oxide to relax and widen whenever increased circulation is needed. As men grow older, natural nitric oxide production slowly declines, making it more difficult for blood to move efficiently through the vascular system. That's one reason circulation-related problems become increasingly common with age. Cocoa helps support the body's own nitric oxide production, encouraging healthier vessel flexibility and improved blood flow without forcing the body to react unnaturally. Better circulation doesn't only benefit intimate health, it also supports the heart, brain, muscles, and nearly every organ that depends on a healthy blood supply. Many men describe the difference in a surprisingly simple way. They don't necessarily wake up feeling like completely different people overnight. Instead, they notice that they feel more alert during conversations, more focused while working, and more interested in participating in daily life. Confidence often returns gradually because improved circulation supports both physical performance and mental sharpness. When your body is receiving oxygen and nutrients more efficiently, everyday activities simply feel easier. Using cocoa is just as simple as adding cinnamon. Stir 1 teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder into your coffee each morning. Besides the health benefits, it creates a rich mocha-like flavor without requiring added sugar. That's an advantage by itself because excessive sugar works against many of the improvements we're trying to achieve. You receive a more satisfying drink while supporting healthier metabolic function at the same time. Cocoa also offers something many people don't expect. It contains natural compounds associated with improved mood, including substances that influence the brain's reward pathways. These include anandamide and phenylethylamine, compounds that have been linked to feelings of well-being and emotional balance. While cocoa certainly isn't a treatment for depression or anxiety, supporting a healthier mood can make a meaningful difference in everyday life. When you combine improved circulation, steadier energy, and a more positive mental outlook, the overall effect becomes much greater than focusing on any single benefit alone. Now let's talk about the third ingredient, one that has been used for generations in traditional nutrition and continues to attract scientific interest today. Maca root comes from the mountains of Peru, where it has been valued for centuries as a food that supports stamina, resilience, and overall vitality. Some people casually refer to it as natural Viagra, but I actually don't like that comparison because it creates unrealistic expectations. Maca doesn't work like prescription medication, and that's exactly what makes it interesting. Instead of forcing an immediate physical response, it supports your body's own hormonal and energy systems over time, allowing improvements to develop naturally through consistent use. Let's take a closer look at how maca actually works, because this is where many people misunderstand it. Unlike medications that create a rapid, short-term effect by targeting blood flow directly, maca supports the body's normal physiological processes. It provides a wide range of naturally occurring nutrients, including 19 amino acids, important minerals such as magnesium and zinc, and several unique plant compounds that appear to support hormonal balance and healthy energy production. Rather than overriding your body's systems, it works alongside them, encouraging them to function more efficiently over time. From a biological perspective, that's an important distinction. Healthy testosterone production depends on much more than a single hormone. Your body requires adequate nutrition, proper recovery, balanced stress levels, and enough essential building blocks to produce hormones naturally. While maca doesn't artificially increase testosterone overnight, many men find that it helps support the environment their bodies need to maintain healthy hormonal function. That gradual approach is one reason it has remained popular for generations instead of fading away like many trendy supplements. The emotional benefits can be just as meaningful. One of the most common comments I hear from patients isn't that they suddenly feel 20 years younger. Instead, they tell me something much simpler. They say, "Doctor, I finally feel like myself again." That statement carries a lot of weight because many men don't realize how much constant fatigue, low motivation, and declining energy affect their confidence. When those feelings begin to improve, they often reconnect with hobbies, relationships, exercise, and everyday responsibilities with renewed enthusiasm. If you'd like to include maca in your routine, there's no need to use it every single day. A practical approach is adding 1 teaspoon to your morning coffee 3 or 4 times each week. Give your body time to respond because the benefits build gradually. Most men who notice positive changes report them after 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use rather than within a few days. That's completely normal. Sustainable improvements almost always require patience. Maca also comes in several varieties, and each has slightly different characteristics. Yellow maca is the mildest option and works well for beginners. Red maca has attracted attention for its potential to support prostate health, making it an appealing choice for many older men. Black maca is often selected by those looking for additional physical energy and stamina. While all three originate from the same plant family, choosing the variety that best matches your goals can make your routine feel more personalized. Now let's move to the fourth ingredient, and I know this one often raises eyebrows the first time people hear it. Coconut oil in coffee may sound unusual if you've never tried it before. However, there's solid biological reasoning behind this combination, especially for men looking to maintain steady energy throughout the morning. Many people don't realize that hormones, including testosterone, are produced using cholesterol and healthy fats as essential raw materials. Your body can't manufacture these hormones efficiently without the proper nutritional foundation. Coconut oil contains medium-chain triglycerides, commonly called MCTs. Unlike many other dietary fats, these are processed rapidly by the liver and converted into a readily available source of energy instead of being stored as body fat. That means your body has access to quick, stable fuel without relying entirely on carbohydrates. This steady energy can make a noticeable difference during the day. Instead of experiencing sharp rises followed by sudden drops, many men report feeling mentally clearer and physically more consistent throughout the morning. Stable energy influences nearly every aspect of daily life. It becomes easier to stay focused at work, complete household projects, remain active, and participate more fully in family activities. When your energy doesn't constantly fluctuate, confidence often improves naturally because you feel more capable of handling whatever the day brings. From a practical standpoint, simplicity is the goal. Start with 1 teaspoon of coconut oil blended into your coffee. Blending is important because it creates a smooth, creamy texture similar to a specialty latte instead of leaving the oil floating on top. A small handheld milk frother works perfectly if you don't want to use a full-sized blender. If you've never consumed MCT-rich foods before, begin with a smaller amount and increase gradually over several days. Some people experience mild digestive discomfort when they introduce too much too quickly, and there's no advantage in rushing the process. The fifth and final ingredient is one that has been respected in traditional nutrition for centuries and is now supported by a growing amount of scientific research. I'm talking about ginger. Whether you choose fresh ginger root or powdered ginger, both forms offer valuable compounds that support circulation and overall male health. Biologically, ginger contains active substances that encourage blood vessels to relax while helping reduce inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation places stress on the cardiovascular system and can interfere with healthy circulation over time. By supporting healthier blood vessel function, ginger contributes to the efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients wherever your body needs them most. Research has also suggested that regular ginger consumption may support healthy testosterone levels while contributing to improvements in sperm count and sperm motility. Although these findings continue to be studied, they're encouraging because they highlight ginger's potential role in supporting reproductive health, rather than focusing on only one aspect of male wellness. Healthy reproductive function depends on many interconnected systems, and ginger appears to influence several of them in positive ways. There's also an emotional side that shouldn't be overlooked. Many men feel reassured knowing they're actively supporting their bodies, instead of simply waiting for problems to become worse. Taking care of testicular health, circulation, and overall vitality isn't only about physical performance. It's also about preserving confidence, independence, and peace of mind as the years go by. When you know you're consistently making choices that benefit your health, that confidence often carries over into every area of life. Using ginger is refreshingly simple. You can add a thin slice of fresh ginger directly into your coffee while it brews, or stir in about 1/4 of a teaspoon of powdered ginger after pouring your cup. Fresh ginger delivers aromatic oils that create a bright, warming flavor immediately, while the powdered form offers a concentrated option that's convenient for everyday use. Both approaches can fit easily into a morning routine, so the best choice is simply the one you'll continue using consistently. Now, before you get excited and decide to throw all 5 of these ingredients into tomorrow morning's coffee, let me encourage you to slow down for a moment. When it comes to building healthier habits, more is not always better. Your digestive system, just like the rest of your body, needs time to adjust. Introducing everything at once can easily lead to stomach discomfort, bloating, or digestive upset, and if that happens, you won't know which ingredient your body is reacting to. A gradual approach is not only easier on your system, but it's also the smartest way to build a routine that lasts. Here's the strategy I usually recommend to my patients. During the first week, keep things simple by adding only 1/4 of a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to your morning coffee every day. Don't change anything else. Give your body a chance to respond while you pay attention to how you feel. Notice your energy during the morning, your focus throughout the day, and whether those afternoon crashes begin to improve. Small observations often reveal meaningful progress before dramatic changes ever appear. Once you've completed that first week, move into week 2 by keeping the cinnamon and introducing 1 teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. Now you're combining 2 ingredients that work together to support healthier blood sugar regulation and improved nitric oxide production. At this stage, many men begin noticing steadier energy, better concentration, and a more consistent sense of well-being. Again, don't rush ahead. Allow your body to adapt naturally instead of expecting overnight transformation. During the 3rd week, it's time to introduce maca root. Continue using the cinnamon and cocoa, then add 1 teaspoon of maca 3 times throughout the week rather than every day. Remember, maca works gradually. It isn't designed to create an immediate response after the first serving. Instead, it supports your body's hormonal balance and natural energy systems over time. Patience is one of the most important parts of this entire process. The men who experience the greatest long-term benefits are usually the ones who remain consistent instead of constantly changing their routine. By the 4th week, you can choose between adding coconut oil or ginger, depending on which benefit appeals to you most. If your goal is smoother morning energy and additional healthy fats that support hormone production, coconut oil is an excellent choice. If you're more interested in supporting circulation, reducing inflammation, and promoting reproductive health, ginger may be the better place to start. Eventually, many men incorporate both, but introducing them one at a time makes the transition much easier. As you build this routine, I strongly encourage you to keep track of your progress. You don't need anything complicated. A simple notebook or the Notes app on your phone is more than enough. Each day, write down a few observations about your energy levels, your mood, your morning performance, your exercise sessions if you work out, and even how well you slept the night before. These small records often reveal gradual improvements that are easy to miss when you're relying only on memory. One of the biggest mistakes people make is expecting dramatic results after just a few days. That's not how the body usually works. Real biological improvements happen little by little as healthy habits begin supporting your cardiovascular system, metabolism, and hormonal balance. In my experience, many men begin noticing meaningful differences somewhere between the 2nd and 3rd week, while others require closer to a month before they recognize clear improvements. Both timelines are completely normal because every person's health history, lifestyle, and metabolism are different. After about a month of consistent practice, this upgraded coffee routine often becomes second nature. You stop thinking of it as something extra you have to do because it simply becomes part of your morning. Just like brushing your teeth or taking a daily walk, it turns into a healthy habit that supports your long-term well-being without requiring much additional effort. Now, I also understand that not everyone has plenty of time each morning. Some of you are rushing to work. Others are getting grandchildren ready for school or managing busy schedules before the day even begins. If that's your situation, there's an easy shortcut that still allows you to enjoy many of these benefits without adding extra steps every morning. Here's what I call the simple everyday option. Mix your Ceylon cinnamon and unsweetened cocoa powder together in a small airtight container ahead of time. Keep it next to your coffee maker. Each morning, all you have to do is scoop 1 spoonful into your coffee, stir, and you're finished in just a few seconds. There's no measuring individual ingredients every day, and you're much more likely to stay consistent because the process is effortless. If you have a little more time on weekends and want something that feels both satisfying and nourishing, try preparing what I like to think of as a weekend wellness coffee. Brew your favorite coffee, add 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, and a small slice of fresh ginger. Blend everything together until the texture becomes smooth and creamy. The result is a rich, flavorful drink that feels like something you'd order at a specialty cafe, yet it contains ingredients chosen to support your circulation, steady energy, and overall vitality rather than simply satisfying a craving for sweetness. The best part is that none of these additions require expensive equipment, complicated recipes, or difficult preparation. They fit naturally into a routine you already have. Instead of completely changing your lifestyle overnight, you're simply making one familiar habit work a little harder for your health every single morning. That's often where the most lasting improvements begin. Gentlemen, before we finish today, I want to leave you with one final thought. Your body is far more resilient than many people believe. Growing older does not automatically mean giving up your energy, your confidence, or your intimate health. While aging certainly brings changes, those changes are often influenced by the habits you practice every single day. Small decisions, repeated consistently, have the power to shape how you feel months and even years from now. I've seen this firsthand throughout my years of caring for men over the age of 50. Patients in their 60s, 70s, and even their 80s have shown meaningful improvements simply by becoming more intentional about their daily routines. They didn't rely on miracle products or unrealistic promises. They focused on supporting their bodies with better nutrition, healthier circulation, regular movement, quality sleep, and simple habits they could actually maintain. That consistency made the difference. It's important to understand that this isn't about searching for a magical cure or expecting instant results after a single cup of coffee. Real health rarely works that way. Your cardiovascular system, your hormones, your metabolism, and your energy levels all respond gradually when you give them the support they need. Every healthy choice becomes another investment in your future well-being. Over time, those investments begin adding up in ways that many men never expected. That's why I'd like to leave you with a simple challenge. Tomorrow morning, choose just one of the ingredients we discussed today and add it to your coffee. Don't worry about doing everything perfectly. Don't feel pressured to change your entire lifestyle overnight. Begin with one small adjustment and stay consistent. Then pay attention to how your body responds over the next several weeks. Notice your energy. Observe your focus. Think about your circulation, your confidence, and the way you feel as you move through each day. Sometimes the smallest improvements become the foundation for much larger changes. I'd also enjoy hearing about your experience. Leave a comment below and tell me what you usually put in your morning coffee. Have you already tried any of these ingredients? Which one are you planning to start with first? Your experience may encourage another man who has been quietly struggling with the same concerns but hasn't known where to begin. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, consider sharing this video with him. Many men never talk openly about changes in their energy or intimate health because they feel embarrassed or assume they're alone. Sometimes a simple conversation or a helpful video is enough to encourage someone to take better care of themselves. You never know how much a small gesture like sharing reliable information could improve another person's quality of life. And if you found today's discussion helpful, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Every week, I share practical, evidence-informed advice designed specifically for men over 50 who want to stay active, protect their health, and continue enjoying life with strength and confidence. My goal is never to judge or frighten you. It's to provide straightforward information that helps you make informed decisions about your health, using realistic strategies that fit into everyday life. Always remember this: Getting older does not mean your best years are over. In many cases, they can still be ahead of you if you're willing to care for your body consistently and patiently. Every healthy breakfast, every walk you take, every good night's sleep, and every thoughtful decision you make contributes to the way you'll feel tomorrow. Those seemingly ordinary actions become powerful when repeated over months and years. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today. I truly hope this information helps you look at your morning routine a little differently and reminds you that positive change often begins with the simplest habits. Keep taking care of yourself, stay active, stay consistent. Most importantly, never underestimate what your body is still capable of achieving. I'm Dr. Nora Hayes, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of your health, believe in your body's ability to improve, and remember that every healthy morning is another step toward a stronger, more energetic, and more confident future.